Lon Lon Ranch is owned by Talon, and is home to himself, his daughter Malon, and the stable hand Ingo. Malon and Talon live in the big farmhouse, and during the day, Link can enter to find Talon sleeping amidst a flock of cuckoos, and can play a cuckoo finding minigame to win a bottle of Lon Lon milk. At night, however, he can't enter the house. Talon's voice booms through the door, saying that Malon is asleep and that Link should come back the next day. Well, behind where Talon sleeps, Link can climb the stairs up to the farmhouse's bedroom and go inside. In here, there's a chest of drawers, a wardrobe, a handful of pots, a dining table and chairs with a single flower in a vase, and a bed in the corner, presumably where Malon sleeps at night. This room serves no gameplay purpose. There are no rewards or collectibles hidden here, so it stands out as quite a strange place. Ocarina of Time is a very tightly designed game, and for the most part, every little nook and cranny in this iteration of Hyrule serves some kind of purpose. But not here. It exists only to fill out the world, to give Link a glimpse into how Talon and Malon live. But it seems that this wasn't always the case. The sign hanging outside the farmhouse is written in Hylian, and it can be translated. It doesn't say Talon and Malon's house or farmhouse. It says inn. And sure enough, in earlier builds of the game, there's text which confirms that Lon Lon Ranch would have originally featured a gorgeous inn, managed by Ingo, where Link could rent a bed for the night for 30 rupees. With this in mind, the wooden structure Talon sleeps against at the bottom of the stairs might have been a desk, and if Link paid for board, he would be allowed to access the stairs behind it. 2 weeks ago, I posted a video covering strange and interesting places in Ocarina of Time. The remake has got me thinking about this world a lot. I grew up on the Nintendo 64, and it still feels surreal that we'll see this world reborn. So today, I'm going to run through some more strange and interesting places, including a few suggested in the comments of the last video. The Kokiri Forest, where the game begins, lies in the heart of the Lost Woods, a maze-like sea of trees home to the spirits of the forest. A place in the Lost Woods that's always stood out to me, and many people in the comments of my previous video, is here. The bridge leading away from Kokiri Forest and out into Hyrule Field. Of course, the first time Link arrives here, it's when he says goodbye to Saria, when she gives him her fairy ocarina, where Link leaves his childhood behind. But every subsequent time you visit this place, it feels strange and melancholy, like returning to the park where you and a friend used to play, long after they're gone. This bridge can be seen from the Lost Woods, too. It crosses this section containing a skulltula, a gossip stone, and a business scrub. The Lost Woods is meant to be a magical, sprawling forest, whose mysterious nature allows one to enter it and find themselves in faraway places like Zora's Domain or Goron City. But in the game itself, it's just a small maze area attached to Kokiri Forest, rather than surrounding it. The fact that you can see the bridge that you cross to leave the forest from the Lost Woods helps sell the idea that this place encircles the Kokiri's home, and it's always felt special because of that. When Link is on the bridge, it's quieter, more somber than the rest of the Lost Woods. No music plays here, even in the daytime. It's eerily quiet. The upbeat, dancing notes of Saria's song are absent, fitting for the place Link and Saria said goodbye. Similar to the Lon Lon Ranch farmhouse, another odd place explained by the game's development history is this. In the northwestern corner of Hyrule Field, there's this area, where the Zora River, having previously disappeared into a grate in the Castletown moat, cascades down from an opening in the town wall, flows across a small section of the field, and once again vanishes into a grate in the direction of Gerudo Valley. The only point of interest in this place is a small group of trees containing a Peahat enemy and a hidden grotto containing one of the game's fairy fountains. However, in earlier builds of the game, in particular this build from mid-1997, this corner of Hyrule Field features a small doorway in the Castletown wall. This could suggest that this place was originally how Link would sneak into Hyrule Castle, before it was decided that he'd sneak past the guards and enter through the gardens. The final version of the game even features an unused exit variable which places Link in roughly the same spot as this door, strengthening this idea, but of course the door itself no longer exists. Still, I quite like this place as it is in the final game. Not everything needs to have a purpose, it's just a calm, peaceful spot. And like with every entry on this list, I can't wait to see how it's handled in the remake. Zora's Fountain is home to Lord Jabu Jabu. It's a small lake behind Zora's domain, the source of all Hyrule's water. From here, Link can access Lord Jabu Jabu himself, the Ice Cavern, a great fairy fountain, and grab a heart piece on the lake bed. But there's also this. From Lord Jabu Jabu's shrine, you can spot a cave entrance high up in the cliff face. This confused me to no end as a child. It's not the fairy fountain cave, that's just below it, it's something else, high up above the fountain. Well, it is accessible. It's the location of a gold sculpture, the most difficult one in the game, and the last one most players will collect. Just in front of the fairy fountain, there's a heavy boulder, which requires the silver gauntlets from the spirit temple to lift. Beneath it, there's a square hole, allowing Link to drop down into a cave. This cave is full of sculptures, but weirdly, they're invisible unless Link uses the Lens of Truth, like many of the enemies found in the Shadow Temple and bottom of the well. After this corridor, Link climbs up a sheer rock face to reach the high ledge visible from the fountain. There's one more giant sculpture, and the game's final gold sculpture on a wall. This area obviously serves a purpose. It's a challenge for the last collectible in the game, requiring items like the silver gauntlet and Lens of Truth to venture through. But it always felt weird, unsettling almost, like the group of sculpture found here are fighting back against Link, or fiercely defending the last of their kind. And of course, it's very satisfying to reach a place that has been staring at you for most of the game, and dive down into the clear waters. There's another strange cave inside Zora's domain itself, found on the bottom of the pool of water. It's completely inaccessible. Child Link can't dive far enough, even with the golden scale, and in the adult era, it's blocked off by ice. But it's a fully modelled tunnel leading down and away from the rest of the domain. It's incredibly interesting, and over the years has been at the heart of all kinds of speculation that this was the original location of the fabled cut unicorn fountain, or that this leads to the chamber of the Triforce, and so on. But despite all of this, there's no clear information on what this tunnel was intended to be for. There is, however, this one line of dialogue present in the files for an earlier build of the game. Zora's domain. Head to the door at the bottom underwater to seek an audience. I can't find any more information on this outside of the fact that this line exists, but it could, in theory, be suggesting that Link would have originally entered this underwater tunnel to meet with King Zora. However, it could also be in reference to the tunnel in Lake Hylia, which leads to Zora's domain. There's no way to know for sure. Still, it's a really interesting spot, and I wonder if the remake will include it. Similarly, there's a rectangular hole in the ceiling of Darunia's room. It doesn't lead anywhere, it's never mentioned anywhere, so I wonder what it was meant to be for. Time blocks appear sporadically throughout the game, such as at the end of Dampé's grave, where one blocks the passageway into the windmill. Navi points out that they share the same markings as the Door of Time, a clear hint for Link to play the Song of Time, causing it to vanish. Another example is here in the Fire Temple, where a time block obscures this door. Link can play the Song of Time to apparently move the block up to this high ledge, allowing him to proceed. Well, the way time blocks work is actually a lot more interesting than this, but it's not very well highlighted by the game itself outside of one single area, here in Goron City. When Link first visits the city, he'll encounter this room, a long chamber filled with lava, with 2 time blocks half submerged. Link can't do anything here yet. There are pillars with hookshot targets on either side of the lava, but he doesn't have that item yet. When Link returns as an adult, however, he has the hookshot, but the lava pool is empty. Navi will hint at the solution by flying over and turning green. Link needs to play the Song of Time to summon a block. What's actually happening here is fascinating. The Song of Time causes the blocks to actually travel through time. They're being pulled from the child era version of this room and into the adult era. If Link places the Master Sword back in its pedestal and returns here, they'll be gone. This room in Goron City is the only time that this mechanic is properly used in the original version of the game. The other places where Link needs to summon them are places Child Link can't visit first to see them. And it's for a very minimal reward, a business scrub on the other side of the lava. But still, these blocks are fascinating. Ocarina of Time's past and future is the most interesting take on Zelda's 2 worlds mechanic, and these blocks are a really novel way to have Link interact with the same place in both eras. As of the time of recording, we still don't know how faithful the Ocarina of Time remake will be. But if it expands on the original game, this is one mechanic I'd love to see given more, well, time to shine, with more places where Child Link can observe the solution to a puzzle long before Adult Link actions it. Thanks for watching this video, and thank you for such an incredible response to the previous video I made on strange and interesting places in Ocarina of Time. I'm so excited for this remake. I can't stop thinking about it, and this game, and this world. It truly is timeless. Even now, almost 30 years later, it's still so much fun to discuss. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already for more Zelda content. Finally, I want to mention the channel Any Austin, who famously makes videos similar to this, covering strange and often pointless places in video games. So go and check his stuff out if you enjoyed this. There's a ton of amazing videos on his channel. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Cheers guys, and I'll see you next time.